All right, let's go ahead and get this party started. I am excited to be on here with you guys. Welcome to the eState Agent Accelerator for October 14th. Guys, I'm excited to be in this awesome October, this outstanding October where we're going to take things out of this world. If you guys are excited right now, just like I'm excited, can you guys go ahead and drop a 777 in the chat for me? I'm going to go ahead and get this party rocking and rolling right now because we have a lot of information that we want to go over and cover in a short period of time. We have a lot of information that we want to cover in a short period of time. So I'm going to make sure that you get everything that you need. If just in case you guys don't know me, my name is Anthony Deloach, and I'm excited to be your host. Excited about all that we are able to take advantage of with eState, all that's happening right now, all the momentum that's being created, the new leaders that are coming on board, everything that we have right now. Things are absolutely transpiring in a major way. All right. So, guys, I wanted to get that out of the way. First of all, got to let you guys know I'm not a financial advisor. I do not give financial advice, and nothing in this presentation or this information session should be considered any type of financial advice. Got to get that out of the way. But we're going to talk about here today is the mindset. We're going to talk about the skill set and the toolkit so that you can accelerate your success with eState as an agent. Right. So I've been privileged and I've had the opportunity to become a top level agent with eState. I'm currently at agent level 6 and very close to agent level 7, right? So I'm excited. So I want to do some recognition really quick. Anybody that's on the call right now, and I don't know how many people we have, but if you are an agent level 4 or above, can you drop a 1 in the chat? Anybody that's an agent level 4 and above, can you drop a 1 in the chat, right? Anybody there? I know we got Crypto Mason on, which you guys know he's absolutely blowing this thing out of the water, but do we have anybody else? I just want to recognize anybody else that's above agent level 4 that's on the call today. So that's one of the things I wanted to do, all right? So here's what I want to tell you guys. We're going to talk about mindset stuff really quickly. We're not going to be on it very long, but I do want to talk about some mindset stuff because it's absolutely necessary. One of the things I tell people all the time is that your success will be determined by your mindset first. And I want to see what your mind is set on. All right. So here's what I want to ask you guys. How many of you all have goals that are written down? If you have a goal with eState that is written down, can you drop a 2 in the chat for me? Drop a 2 in the chat if you have a goal with eState that is written down. And don't worry if you don't, but I don't want you to leave this call without one. There you go. Ken has a goal with eState written down. Now, your goal, everybody's goals may be different. You might have somebody that's looking towards hitting agent level 4 or agent level 5, agent level 10, any of that type of stuff. Some people may have an income goal. Maybe your goal is to get to $10,000 a month passively, or maybe $10,000 a month actively through the agent plan. But everybody's going to have a goal. But I want to tell you guys right now, I need you to write that goal down. Right? Because that's a real goal. I don't even really count my own personal goals as real goals that I'm serious about until I write that goal down. So I want you guys to do that. And here's the mindset behind that, right? Because writing your goal down is the first stage of bringing it into reality. You're taking it out of your mind and bringing it into reality when you write it down on a piece of paper, right? So now it's physical. You can see it, you can touch it. It brings it into the physical world, right? So that's the first thing. But here's what I want you guys to understand. As you look at the other leaders who have achieved great goals, I don't want you just to believe it for us. I want you to believe it for yourself. All right. I want you to believe that not only is possible, I want you to believe that it's already done. Now, let me ask you that question for you guys that admitted that you have goals. If you know that your goal is already done, you know without a shadow of a doubt that it's completely done. I want y'all to drop a 3 in the chat. Everybody else that didn't put a 2 in the chat, I want you to go ahead and get your goal and get it written down, right? And I want you guys to know that you can achieve these goals. I want you to get rid of any limiting beliefs that's telling you that you cannot achieve these goals, no matter what the limiting belief is. We got to get rid of those, right? I'm telling you, these are things you got to clear your mind of any resistance to your goal. Clear your mind. Clear your mind of any resistance to your goal. I don't care about your education. I don't care about your experience. I don't care how many other different platforms you've been in. I don't care if you're in the NFL, which is the no friends left club. I don't care about any of that. I want to tell you guys that your goal is possible. And you gotta, not only is it possible, it's necessary. And not only is it necessary, once you believe that it's done, it's inevitable. All right. So I want you guys to know that. So we're going to talk about that up front first, right? So get in your mind. And today I want you to go ahead and decide, right? Because this is what most people never do, right? They never really make the decision that they're going to be successful. They really never make the decision that they are wealthy and they are successful, right? You have to decide that. Really make the decision. And when you talk about D is to separate, side is to cut or to kill off, right? So here's what I want to tell you. You have to really make a decision where you cut off any other option, right? There's no other option. Either I win or I win. Either it's done or it's done. I will until. It's absolutely going to happen. All right. So, look, I just wanted to give you guys that. I'm excited about all of you all who are digital real estate agents, and I'm going to try to cover a lot of information in a short period of time. So, I want you guys to make sure that you're taking notes. I'm going to try to have room for a little bit of a Q&A, but there's a lot of things that I want to go over. So, here's the first thing I want to share with you guys. We got some incredible things that are coming up. So, we're going to make these announcements to make sure you guys are aware of it, right? So, first thing is that I want to tell you guys that we do have an event coming up in Raleigh, North Carolina that you have the option to attend, right? So this is Raleigh, North Carolina on October 25th. This is a live event, right? We're one of the few opportunities out there that are really having live events in person where people can come attend. And so if you want to attend that Raleigh event, I just went ahead and put the link in there so that you can attend that Raleigh event that's going to be live and in person. If you saw the results of the last event, not only did we have a great time at the event, but the numbers went crazy afterwards, right? We started to grow phenomenally after that. So I want you guys to lock in. If you can make it to the event, or you're in the Raleigh, North Carolina area, or you know some people in the Raleigh, North Carolina area, let's go ahead, let's pack it out, let's make sure that we get people to that event. All right. So that's the information. I dropped it in the chat for you guys so that you can have that. All right. Here's the next thing, guys. I want to tell you guys also that we have an event that's going to be coming up in Miami. Right. And now you got some time for this one, but we're going to be dropping. We got early bird tickets that are going to be dropping very, very soon. All right. Some early bird tickets for the Miami event. And that is going to be on January 31st, right? January 31st. We got information confirming that we are locked in for that. And that event is actually going to be at the same building that our Miami property is. Woo! It's going to be at the same building. It's in the same building where our Miami property. If you think that's pretty cool, y'all go ahead, do me a favor, drop some fours in the chat. Drop some fours in the chat if you think that's pretty cool. You're excited about that. It's January 31st in Miami. Make sure you clear your calendars for that day. Make sure that you are getting yourself ready and positioned to come to Miami to have a good time. We're gonna have the lead. We're gonna have so many great leaders there. The top leaders are already saying that they're going to be in the building, so you're going to be able to meet a lot of us. You're going to be able to see a lot of things. So that's going to be absolutely phenomenal there as well. So we have the Miami event. So that information, the link will be dropping very soon. So keep that in mind. Here's the next thing, guys. So just talking about a lot of stuff that's very important here for us is the next thing I want to talk about here is Oh, the agent toolkit. I want to make sure that you guys have the link to that because we're going to use that a little bit today. So I want to drop the link to the agent toolkit where you can find a lot of tools. You have a lot of documents and things that you can actually use at on your journey of success as a digital real estate agent. I just dropped that in the chat as well. So make sure you guys copy that link, save it to your favorites so you can access that anytime that you want to. I try to update that periodically with different things that you can actually use that are going to help you be successful with e-estate as well. So make sure that you guys have the agent toolkit. All right. So we have that. Now, what I want to cover here, so we got the toolkit out there, we got the mindset. All right, so we got all of that stuff out there. The next thing, let me pull up my links here. The next thing that I want to talk about here, I'm going to drop this link in here so I don't forget. We do have the calculator that I built, which allows you to calculate some passive income things here. And I'm going to go over how you use this calculator in just a second. But I'm going to drop the link in the chat now so that you guys will have that as well, just in case you all need to use that. And I think you can use that to your benefit as an agent, right? Now, what I want to do up front is go over in detail the agent compensation plan to make sure that everybody understands how we get paid. The key to getting paid more is knowing how you get paid, right? And so once you understand that, this is going to make it very simple, very easy for you to go ahead and maximize the compensation plan. So let's go ahead and talk about this. So one thing I want to talk about here is that because we may have some people on who haven't taken that step and become an agent yet. So in order for you to become an agent, it is $9 per month, or if you decide you can go ahead and pay for the entire year, you get a little bit of a discount. It is $90 for the entire year. Now, the next thing that you're going to do is fill out an online application. Now, I get quite a few questions about this, so I want to clarify some things here. When you do fill out the agent application, you do have to complete every single line item. Every box in there you want to go ahead and complete. Now, it doesn't have to be long, drawn out information, but it does have to be in there. You have to submit all that information so that your application will go through. So that's one of the things I wanted to talk about because I get a lot of questions about that. They're like, "Hey, do I have to fill out all this information?" Yes, you do. Now you're going to sign your agreement once you do that, and then the company approves you. All of this happens really quick and really fast so that you can become an agent, right? Now, let's talk about the income streams for an agent, and I want to make sure everybody understands this. So here's the first income stream I want to make sure everybody understands is that when you enroll and you're an agent, you share this with somebody else and they decide that they want to purchase a share of a property, you're going to earn deal commission, right? Now, here's what I want you guys to understand. As an agent, I believe that when you get started with e-estate, and this is just first Anthony and his opinion, right? I believe that when you're going to start as an agent, if you already know you're going to start as an agent, you should start as an agent first before you purchase your first property. And the reason why I say that is because your volume that for your own personal investments actually count towards your organizational turnover, right? So if you're like, hey, look, I'm ready to get started with estate. I want to be an agent and I want to purchase a property. I would suggest you become an agent first and then purchase the property that you want to purchase. You might be coming in and purchasing a $500 share of a property, or you may be purchasing that property out in Los Angeles, whichever one it is. But when you get started, you want to make sure that you're doing that because you're going to give yourself a head start, right? So let me give you an example. If you come in and you say, well, look, I wanted to get started with $3,000, and I'm gonna move just a little bit so I can show you guys. So let's say if you start with that property that's located in Los Angeles, $3,120 for you to get started with that property. If you're an agent and then you purchase that property, you know what that's going to do? That's going to take you up to agent level 2. Your personal investment is going to make you qualified for agent level 2. Now, one of the good things is that you're going to get this 100 e tokens. You're going to get this 150 e tokens. So you'll get a total of 250 e tokens when you do that, which is incredible, right? But the next thing that you're going to get, you would get this $30 cash bonus as well. So you're going to get this $30 cash bonus that you're going to get because you hit agent level 2. That's the bonus for agent level 2. But here's the kicker, guys. Going back to the compensation plan, as far as your commissions, you're now qualified to earn commissions on level 1 and your level 2. So you'll earn 6% on your level 1, and then you'll earn 2% on your level 2, right? So every agent level that you increases the amount of levels that you're able to get paid on. So once you hit agent level 3, you can also get paid on the third level. Once you hit agent level 4, you can also get paid on the fourth level. Once you hit agent level 5, you can also get paid on the fifth level. 6, 7, and 8, and so on, right? Now it caps out at 8. We get paid 8 levels deep in this compensation plan. So you'll cap out at 8 levels deep, but I'm telling you, 8 levels is enough, right? Because how lucrative this compensation plan is. So think about this, guys. 6% on your level 1, you're going to get paid 2% on all the deals that are closed on your level 2 through 5, and then on level 6 through 8, you're going to get paid 1% on all those deals. All right. If everybody understands this right now, can you guys go ahead and drop a 5 in the chat for me? Drop a 5 in the chat. I just want to make sure everybody understands the process with this. Ken's got it. Adrian's got it. Frank's got it. Jason's got it. All right. So that's cool. Now let's talk about this profit commission, because I see people come in and they have questions about profit commissions as well, right? So with the profit commissions, guys, this starts at agent level 4. Let me ask you guys a question. Who on here right now knows, without me sharing it on the screen, what's the qualification? What's the turnover qualification for agent level 4? Who can drop it in the chat for me? What is the turnover? There you go. Roger already knows it. So Roger's like, he said, I'm getting to that agent level 4 ASAP. There you go. Adrian knows it as well. So let's go ahead. So right here, it's $25,000 of turnover, which is not a lot, guys. We're talking about real estate, right? So $25,000 of turnover. This means that you're going to get this 500 e-tokens, and you're going to get a $250 cash bonus from the company, which is incredible. So we're going to get that. But here's what I want to tell you guys is that that should be a goal for everybody. And the reason why is because that profit commission starts there. So once you hit agent level 4, you start getting paid 5% of all the profits that are being paid out on your level 1. All right. Now, let me explain this in detail really quick here. So when you hit agent level 5, that unlocks your level 2 of profit commission. When you hit agent level 6, that unlocks your level 3 of profit commission. When you hit agent level 4, that unlocks, when you hit agent level 7, that unlocks your level 4 of profit commission. And once you hit agent level 8, that unlocks your 5th level of profit commission. So you can actually get paid 5 levels of profit commission with this compensation plan. But you unlock all 5 levels once you hit agent level 8. So agent level 8 is a key place to be in this organization. In this company, because that means you can max out your your commission structure with the deal commission, and you can also max out your profit commission by being at agent level 8. Now, of course, we don't stop at agent level 8. We're all going to shoot for going to agent level 10 eventually, right? So we're all going to get there, and there's bonuses that you're going to get when you get there, but this is how this actually works, right? So I want to make sure everybody understands that. So just to check for clarity and confirmation that you guys understand, can you drop a 6 in the chat if you understand the profit commission now? You understand how that works and how that's paid out. Great. We got some 6s in there as well. So I wanted you guys to understand this. Now, here's another thing I want you guys to understand so we can max out this compensation plan, right? And so is your revenue share, because I don't talk about this in detail a lot, but I want you guys to understand. So when it comes to when we talk about revenue share, this is what counts towards your turnover. So a lot of people ask me, they was like, look, I had somebody join on this level. Why didn't I get full credit for what was on that level? The reason why you didn't get full credit for it is because there is a revenue share that makes this compensation plan very sustainable. So your first for your personal investments, you're going to get 100% of those applied to your turnover in your organization. But let's just say you had somebody, for example purposes, somebody join on you that's on your first level, and they actually start with $10,000 in a property, right? You're going to see $8,000 of that go to your revenue turnover, right? Why not 10? Because it's on your first level, right? And this is why I say this is built for sustainability, because if they counted these towards everybody's levels the same, the compensation plan would over it would what I call eat itself. It's overpaying, right? And it wouldn't be sustainable. And I think we want a long-term platform over here with estate. We don't want something that's here today and gone tomorrow. So we want something that's long-term. So they break it down so it's different percentages on each one. So now on your age, so on that second level, 40% of this is actually going to count towards. So somebody comes in on your second level with 10,000, you're going to get 4,000 that's applied to your turnover volume. If they're on your level 3, it'll be 2,000. If it's level 4, it's going to be 1,000. If they're on your level 5 through your level 8, it's going to be $500. If that's for that same 10,000 investment. But what's great, what I like about this is where it does make it fun for your own personal investments. You get 100%. So you can actually come in. Think about this, guys. If we go back in the compensation plan, if you come in and you personally yourself come in with this 10,000, it's going to count. Let's say if you come in with 10,000, it's going to count towards this, right? So you're going to be agent level 3, but it's also going to count that whole 10,000 will be applied to your turnover. That whole 10,000, right? So this allows people to have an incentive to build personally. What I like about this is that it cuts out a lot of that. What I love about e-estate is that it cuts out a lot of that pyramid talk that we talk about, that people come up with. And every time people see an opportunity, they say pyramid, but when they don't go and dissect the opportunity and see what it's all about and show you that this is not set up like a pyramid, because of the fact that this is set up like a very lucrative opportunity that you can take advantage of, even if you never recruit anybody. How many of you all like that about e-estate? Drop a 7 in the chat if you like that about e-estate, right? I can come over here in e-estate and run up a bag without ever having to recruit anybody, and that's a total truth. Because look, I could come over here and I could just participate passively, and we're going to show you a strategy in which you can actually do that, participate passively and build up a nice passive income without referring anybody, without doing anything, just building up passive income from the properties that are on the platform. So that's one thing that we could do, right? But here's the next thing. If you become an e-estate agent, you can share the properties with other people without recruiting them to be an agent, right? You can just share the opportunity with other people for them to purchase their own properties to earn passive income and make a nice bag with that. You can literally get to agent level 10 with no without having to enroll any other agents, just by you sharing this with other people and them taking advantage of the passive income through properties. And see, because you can personally, right? Because you can actually do this, it's based on the deals that are closed here. I don't need an agent structure. I don't need it to hit these different levels. There's no agent qualification. There's no, I got to have 10 agents here, 20 agents there, 30 agents there. There's no qualification when it says you have to have a certain amount of agents in order to go up the compensation plan, to hit these different bonuses, to hit these different levels. So now we got a unique opportunity. So you can that people can cut out all that other stuff that they're talking about. All right. So this is powerful. Here's what I also want to show with you guys, right? I want to share this with you. So because I like the fact that this compensation plan is very simple. It's not complicated. Just a couple components. All you need to understand in this compensation plan is deal commission, profit commission, and bonuses. Deal commission, profit commission, and bonuses. Right? That's basically like the ways that we look at getting paid. Right? Now, if you want to add additional level to that, we understand the revenue share system, how it breaks down. But that's all we got to understand. There's no soup. You got to have a right leg and a left leg. You got to balance this leg out, and if that leg got this, you get paid that and all that. We don't have to worry about that over here. We got a very simple compensation plan that anybody can succeed with. So that's what I love about this, right? So here's the next thing that I want to talk to you guys about. I have a saying, and I want you guys to write this down. Write down system. Write down system. If you're not, if somebody's on there just taking notes, just drop it in the chat. Drop system in the chat for me. Drop system in the chat because I want to talk about system because the first definition we're going to talk about system, which people traditionally use, is save yourself time, energy, or effort and money, right? Right? So save yourself time, energy, and money, which is cool. I like that one. And we do want to do that. Here's what I say when I say system, it is simplify your strategy to earn more. Simplify your strategy to earn more. This is why we have systems, because systems allow you to simplify your strategy to earn more. All right. So here's what we're going to do with the systems here, right? So I want you guys to get a system in place for yourself with everything. Systems make things so much easier. So when a new person joins, you need to have a system of what you do. Somebody joins you in e-estate, guess what? You go into the toolkit, right? You go into our e-estate agent docs, and you can literally copy and paste a new agent email. If you have a new buyer that purchases a property, you can literally come in. I got some letters right here. So this folder right here that says letters, we have tokenized real estate purchase letter. We got a welcome template, and then we also got a new agent template. So you got all these different templates that you can look at. If they purchase their first property, you can send them something. Now you don't have to do it exactly, but this gives you an idea, or you can copy and paste this so that you can actually send this to somebody. Say, congratulations on your first tokenized real estate purchase. Or you can make it your own. Hey man, congratulations on your first tokenized property. Whatever you want to do, but you can use some of this right here. You've officially taken a groundbreaking step by purchasing your first tokenized property with eState. So we have this in here to make it very simple. You don't even have to think about it, guys. So this is in here so you can actually take this and you can tell them what they can expect. Regular income from your property, right? Transparent access to your holdings in your dashboard, and ongoing support and educational sessions to help you grow your digital portfolio. This is what you just create a system of what you do when somebody joins. Right? When a new agent joins, you send them the information. You want to make sure that a new agent has what they need. You want to make sure that they're connected in Telegram. If they're on Telegram, that they're connected in Telegram, and you want to make sure that they're in the VIP group and the USA group or whatever group that you're in. You want to make sure that they're connected with that. If you have some other groups, so you want to make sure you do that, right? So they're a new agent. Here's the other thing. Once again, I talked about this before. We don't just start something over here, we launch. We don't just start a real estate company over here, we launch a real estate empire. I want y'all to get used to using that terminology. Are you ready to launch your tokenized real estate empire or your digital real estate empire? How many of y'all think launching your empire starts much better? They're going to be an agent. How many of y'all think that sounds better, by the way? Drop a 5 in the chat. You think, hey, launching your digital real estate empire sounds best. So you say, hey, look, I want to, they become an agent. I want to help you launch your digital real estate empire. What's the first thing we want to get a launch meeting set up for you. A launch event. Get a launch event. We're in the virtual world. People are used to webinars and Zooms and stuff like that. So we're going to do that first. Now, if you're close to that person, y'all in the same city, in the local vicinity, don't be afraid to have a live thing. You can have it at someone's home. You can have it at a location, maybe a restaurant, someone that you get together. You guys are going to get together, but have your launch event as soon as possible, preferably within the first 24 to 72 hours, that first week or at least, right? Launch, 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 launch. We're going to launch a digital real estate empire. So what are they going to do? Say, hey, look, I just got involved in real estate. It's a new way for you to actually earn passive income through real estate, and I want you guys to see exactly how I'm doing this. So this is what they're going to say to their people, right? I want you guys to see how I'm doing this. You may want to partner with me as I launch this empire. And don't worry, you don't have to have the traditional real estate license. It's a total new way of doing things. They may say, okay, I might be interested in that. They come, they get on the call. Have your sponsor, myself, or someone else who's good at doing the presentation to be able to come in and do that launch call for you. Now, this is very important. You got to understand how you position and frame this. Say, hey, look, I'm having one of the leaders from the company actually come and they're going to speak to us, but they're really busy, but they're taking some time out of their day to be able to do this. Now you can use that person's story. If you want to use my story, say he used to work for the bank, but he's been totally free. He's earning a full-time income from this right now, and he's showing us how to do the same thing. So I want you guys to come see if you want to check it out. Something simple. Don't overcomplicate. Don't tell hey, I'm brand new, so I'm just getting familiar with this, but come to the call, you're going to get all the information that you need. They may ask you questions and stuff. Hey, look, come to the call. It's not even going to be long. Just come to the call. You can get all the information that you need. How many of y'all think that's simple? If you think that's simple, drop a 6 in the chat for me. If you think that's simple, you can do that. I don't want to make this complicated. Here's what we're going to do for all of our new agents, guys. Everything that we tell them, we're going to make it simple and duplicatable. Because simple is duplicatable, right? If you start making it complex and they got to explain what tokenization is and they're trying to do this, you don't even want them to try to do that at this point. You want them to just take some action, keep it very simple, and point the people to information. Now, some of you all, the person may be like, hey, I can't make that launch call. That's cool. You know what? I can probably come up with, I could get a video to you that's about 12 minutes. I have a 12-minute video on my YouTube if you want to use that. I have a video that I could get to you. It's about 12 minutes. When would you be able to look at it? I could look at it right now. Cool. I'm going to send it over to you and I'll follow up with you in 30 minutes. See what you like about it. Simple as that. Point them to some information. Keep it simple. And the reason why you want to do this is because unconsciously they're looking at what you're doing and wondering if they could do it too. See, subconsciously it's not at the forefront of their mind, but they're looking at they're evaluating, man, I can't do that. And you don't want them to think they have to do that. You want them to show, oh, I can send somebody a video. I can invite somebody to a call. I could do that. Right? Here's the next thing. Make the calls. Like let's say once you have your launch call, all that if let's say or you're waiting for your launch call or anything like that, make the calls that we have a part of your system because it is a system. The reason why we have so many calls and the reason why they're structured the way they are is to give everybody an opportunity to be able to jump on a call. And now we have so many people doing calls and people doing calls in different languages and everything that there's usually an opportunity for you to have somebody get onto a call to get some information. So make the calls a part of your system as well. All right. So simplify your strategy to earn more. Here's another thing. I want you guys to get this. Put this in your notes. For those of you all who are building organizations, the CEO, I was talking to Brandon today, and he told me you can actually now request a from support a list of names and phone numbers of all the agents in your organization. Now I know we have it in the back office, but guys, in the back office, you have to do it one by one. If you wanted to get all of the names and phone numbers and emails of all the people in your organization so that you can add them to a list or to an email marketing system or anything like that, so you can make sure that they're aware of all the information that's going on, then you can actually get that from support now. How many of y'all like that? How many of y'all think that's pretty cool? Drop a 7 in the chat if you think that is pretty cool, right? So now that is available. You just have to request it from support. So we're going to have some leaders. I know big leaders. You guys get your list and make sure you're following up with people. Guess what? You're going to have some people join that they're going to be in your network and they're not going to follow up with their people. I promise you. Or you may, just different things. What if you can make it so that everybody gets information? There you go. Emily is the absolute best. Emily is wonderful. I love that we have Emily, right? So Emily's a part of my system, right? So I want to tell you guys that. But get your system, right? So that's what I wanted to share with you guys as far as that. Now, here's another thing, guys. I want you to adopt this mindset, right? Adopt this mindset that is and I say this during the presentation. I say this during the presentation. It's easier to make a lot of money in a short period of time than it is to make a little money over a long period of time. All right. So here's what I want you guys to do. If you talk to any wealthy person, if you talk to anybody who's been able to, anybody who's been able to create some phenomenal income, they will tell you that that's absolutely true. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to start thinking about the easy ways to make a lot of money instead of the hard ways to make a little bit of money. See, we would taught that we were taught majority the hard ways to make a little bit of money, but what are the easier ways? Right? So you want to get that concept. And so I always think about like, hey, whenever I'm going to do something, should this be something that's done as a group? Should this be something that's done? Is it a way for me to leverage even more with this, create some leverage for myself? But always think about things in that way. All right. Don't, you're going to have to change your mindset on this, right, guys? You're going to have to change your total mindset on this, on a lot of stuff. You're going to have to get rid of limiting beliefs out there. I'm telling you guys, all those limiting beliefs that you think, hey, it should be slow and hard. No. Can I get you guys to get something? Get in your head, create it in your head. This is what I say to myself every day. I make money fast, right? I multiply money. Oh no, I make money fast, I manage money well, and I multiply money exponentially. I make money fast, I manage money well, and I multiply money exponentially. And so once you get that mindset, guys, it'll shift the way you see everything. All right. So that's one of the things that we have here. Now, I want to shift gears a little bit. So I want to show you one of the ways that we're actually going to do this. I'm going to pull up our calculator that we have here, right? Let me see if I did I pull it up? I may have to pull it up again. I'll pull it up again, no problem. We're going to pull it up. We're going to pull up this calculator here. And I want to show you the calculator, and then I'm going to also break down the $10,000 plan again, right? So here's how I use the calculator, right? Because a lot of people, and I had this conversation with my brother just last night, right? So a lot of people come in and they're like, hey, you know what? I don't know. They can't see how profitable this is, right? And so I want to show them in a way how profitable this is. And this calculator gives me the opportunity to do that. Say, hey, look, let me ask you something. $500 in your bank. Let's say you go take it $500. You can ask them the question. Have you ever had $500 in your bank? And then let me tell you a good one. This is a really good one. Have you had $500 in your bank somewhere over the last 15 to 24 months? And that person will probably tell you yes. Okay? They say like, "Look, yeah, I've had that." Well, let me show you something. Let's just say if you started with a property share over here for $500, some properties over here with e-estate, I want to show you how you can get that'll produce $500 a month for you. Now that person probably gonna be like, hold on, 500 to $500 a month? Yeah, and I'm gonna show you how quick it can happen, right? And then you show them and you let them know, hey, look, I want to let you know up front, I'm not talking about you going out selling anything. I'm not talking about you going and recruiting anybody. I'm just talking about using real estate to produce passive income. So if somebody comes in with $500 and you could tell them, say, hey, look, you can start with $500 and within 25 months, you can actually be at $500 a month. Now, when somebody sees this, right, and you can show them the calculator, like what type of income they're going to have. Now, the thing is that's going to catch their eye if you show them. This is why you want to show them the calculator. They'll probably be excited, like, hey, look, by month 6, they're going to be making $100 a month on average. Imagine going, like, if you had, and now you can talk to them, you had $500 in your bank account 6 months ago. I bet you that $500 is not producing $100 a month for you now. But over here in e-estate, that's what happens with the strategy that we have. Look, is it this is pretty. If y'all think that's pretty sweet right there, then go ahead, drop a one in the chat. We're gonna start over. Drop a one in the chat. That's pretty sweet, guys. You go from 500 to around $100 a month in 6 months. That $500 that they had would not get them there any other way. It sitting in their bank or anything, they're not going to be able to produce that. But when you also show them a game plan to take that 500, maybe you ask you can position it a different way. Have you ever spent $500 on something and you was like it was crazy? Right? Like you $500 and you wish you wouldn't have, right? You can actually take $500 over here and turn it into $500 a month in income, and you don't have to refer anybody. Now, here's what this does for you as an agent. First of all, always keep their desire and their goals first and foremost, right? So you want to help them get to their income goals. So you always want to focus on that. But as an agent, where this becomes powerful, right? Where this becomes really powerful is that now, okay, they bought a property the first month, right? They bought a property. They started with 500. Let's just say they started with $500. The first month they made $59. By month 2, they're buying another. They're buying more property. Month 3, they don't buy anything, but month 4, they buy more. They buy 2 more properties. Do you see what I'm saying? 5, they buying another property. Month 7, they're buying another property. Now, what do you have? You've created another passive income stream through deal commission, not just profit commission. You've created another passive income stream through deal commission because they're consistently purchasing profits over and over again. And every time they purchase a property over and over again, you get paid money. How many of y'all like doing an activity one time and getting paid over and over again? If you like that, drop a 2 in the chat. You got them started, showed them a game plan. You did the activity once, and now you're gonna get paid over and over again. Can I tell y'all that's a secret to long-term wealth as an entrepreneur? See the difference between a job says you go to work, 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 get paid. As an entrepreneur, you can go to work, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid. You can go to work and do something, do an activity, and then get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid. It's a different mindset over here when you have the right strategy. All right. Now, for you all, and I want you guys to open up your minds to this, right? Because if you don't open up your minds, it never happens. But I want you to open up your mind to the fact that there are people out there that have hundreds of thousands of dollars who would love to get involved with e-estate? How many of y'all believe that? Let me reframe it. There's people with tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars that will love to make the type of money that they can make with e-estate. If you believe that to be true, drop a three in the chat for me. Drop a three in the chat. If you believe that to be true, I gotta get you, I gotta get your mindset there. So if you know this, you could be the one to introduce them. All you got to do is show them you got a solid game plan. What I love about this, guys, here's we don't have to rush this because we get paid very good. So we don't have to rush the process over here. What we can literally do, somebody comes and let's say we're talking to them, we know they got like $100,000 of money that's sitting somewhere else in a money market, savings account, or whatever, right? If they disclose that to you or whatever, they have the money there. There's a lot of people that has it sitting somewhere else that's not producing for them, that they're not happy with what it's producing. You can literally tell them, I'm not even rushing you to come over here with 100,000. If you want to do that, you can. But let me show you something. I can show you how you can take on average around 10% of that, and I can show you how you can produce more than the other 90% is sitting wherever you have it at. That's worth a conversation for somebody. That's worth a conversation for somebody. How many of y'all think that's worth the conversation? Say me. That's worth the conversation. If I could tell you that you could take 10% of what you have and it produces more than the other 90% that you got sitting somewhere else, they're going to have that conversation. Let me see it at least. It's worth a 10% risk. Even if they're like, man, I don't know. It's worth a 10% risk. But you got to position it and frame it that way. So let's go and let's look at it. So look, you come over here, you start with 10,500. What is that going to do? That's going to allow you to purchase a share of a property. It's a commercial property we have in Phoenix, Arizona. This property is housed with long-term tenants, so it pays long-term consistent active income that you get to start earning from day one. So being that you're going to do that, your daily returns are going to be anywhere from 0.61% to 0.81%. Now, your monthly yield somewhere, we're going to say between 14 to 18.6%, right? Now, the profitability means that you're going to get anywhere from 1450 to 1950. But if we came in a median average, we're looking at around $1,700 per month that you will earn from this property. Now, I want to show you a strategy in which we could turn that 10,500 into $10,000 per month. So what you're going to do is you're going to collect all your profits, which you can withdraw on a daily basis. So you literally get liquidity, which you can collect these profits. And what we're going to do is get to month 6 where you're going to have made already $10,200. By month 6, you should have made $10,200. So at month 6, what we're going to do, if you're willing to, because you've made this money, you see that it works now. At month 6, you go back in and purchase another share of that property if it's still available. If it's not, there's probably going to be another property that you can purchase. So let's just say you go in and you purchase another share of that property, right? And then now what's going to happen? At month 6, you've taken yourself from $1,700 a month to $3,400 a month. So now that you're at $3,400 a month that you're earning from that property, by month 12, right? That means you're going to have enough to buy 2 more properties. So when you buy 2 more properties, that means you're going to have 4 properties. Now you're earning $6,800 a month. Now, being the fact that now you're earning a passive income of $6,800 a month, by month 15, what you could do is actually go in and purchase 2 more shares of that property, which is going to put you up to $10,200 a month on average. Now, on the low end, you'll be probably earning about $9,800 a month by month 16. And on the high end, which is aggressive returns, you could be earning about $11,000 a month by month 15. But if we fall right in the middle, you should be earning $10,000 a month by month 15. How many of you all think that sounds good? If that sounds good to you, drop a 5 in the chat. Drop a five in the chat. If you like, that sounds good, Anthony. That's really cool. All you gotta do is share with them that there's a strategy to actually do this. There's people out there. There's no way that they can in 15 months, that other 90,000 is never going to produce $10,000 a month for them. All right. So that's what I want you guys to get in your head right now, that we have a better way and it's absolutely paying out. That we have more liquidity than a lot of other platforms. A lot of these other platforms out there that offer fractional ownership, they only have liquidity quarterly. So the fact that we can withdraw our funds on a daily basis, collect our funds on a daily basis, make this very unique, makes this very attractive to people. Literally in my organization, over the last, I think since the weekend, since I would say since Friday, do you guys know that I think we've had close to, if I'm not mistaken, it's like close to $75,000 in deals in the organization. It could be more, but as my last calculation, about $75,000 in deals. My goal for this week is at least $100,000 in deals to come through our organization. I set goals for everything, guys. So the goal for this week is $100,000 through our organization. This is be intentional about what you're doing, right? Now, what I do is I set my goal and then I go out, and the biggest thing is help other people achieve their goals. I take my focus off of me and I take my focus off myself and put it on somebody else, and that's how I create wealth. Right? Because I could go out when somebody was like, when I'm talking to somebody, hey, look, let me show you, like, if you need more income, let me show you these assets that you can own through our platform, which is e-estate, and I can show you how you can actually do this. So this plan is located in the e-estate agent kit that I dropped a little bit earlier in the chat, the link to that. So if you go in here, I'm gonna show you guys. This is actually in here, and you're gonna see it in the one page. It's called the e-estate one page profit roadmap. So this is right here in there, right? So you can go in and just click on this, and this is going to pull it up for you, Ned, right here. That's that profit roadmap right there in the e-estate kit. Then we have the then we have some other things in here, which go in there and check out all the stuff here. Now, if you're wondering how you actually get in front of some of these people, I'm gonna break this down for you here. That way you can, in here we have some curiosity posts that you can actually post on social media. These are 10 webinar promo posts for e-estate agents. So right here, what if you can earn passive income from real estate without ever owning a property the traditional way? A lot of different thought-provoking things that you can actually copy and paste and post right on Facebook. You can actually copy and paste these things and use these as to create curiosity. So go through the e-estate agent toolkit because we got a lot of stuff in there that can really help you. All right. Now, we even have your landing page prompt template. If you want to fill out your landing page with e-estate, it will give you the information to be able to do that. Right. We got e-estate story posts. We got all of these different things. We got all of this stuff here that you guys can take advantage of in the agent doc. So make sure you go into that and look at all the information that is in there. All right. So this is some good stuff, guys. I love the way that this is set up here, that we have this so you can basically copy and paste it. But what I want you guys to do is to really take a look at this. Really take a look at all of the information, go through it, dissect it. Here's the other thing, and then I have to get off in just a second, but I'm gonna show you guys this, right? I'm gonna show you guys something else. One of the things that I use is the e-estate contract itself. You would be amazed at how many people don't use the e-estate contract itself as a benefit. When people come in, look, it breaks down all the stuff here. A lot of times people have questions. Here's another thing I use, the asset inheritance. contract is legally binding worldwide. Something happens to you, you can pass this on to an heir. All you got to do is reach out to our support, and then now you're passing on passive income, right? I posted on Facebook a while back. I posted on Facebook said leave your loved ones more than memories. Leave them assets that pay them passive income. Most people don't know how to do that. They don't have a way to do that, but you do. So this is a great conversation to have with people. All of this stuff right here, it talks about why this is sustainable. We got warranties, Bitcoin reserve. All EST is backed by real estate, which serves as asset collateral. Company capitalization consists of all assets represented as real estate, ensuring additional financial stability. A lot of people ask me, well, why is this sustainable? Look, these are the warranties. Legal significance of the contract is worldwide, ensuring legality and recognition on an international level. Purchases are recorded in a smart contract on the Binance blockchain, guaranteeing transparency and immutability of ownership data. Regular reporting and auditing of the company, which ensures the buyer's trust and company's reliability and assets. These things are right in the contract. If something happens to it, we talk about the company, property management, all of this type of stuff, right? Asset protection here. The company agrees not to sell, transfer, or place new encumbrances on the property unless authorized by this contract with prior written consent of the buyer. All of this stuff is incredible stuff. And I want everybody to understand the power of what we have our hands on right now, because I think a lot of people are not taking it as serious as what it is. When somebody purchases a property, they're becoming a fractional owner of share of a property in that location. And sometimes I think because it's easy, people dismiss it or discredit it. It's just like when people won't value something because they didn't pay a lot for it. So you got to shift mindsets a little bit, right? So here's the mindset, right? We have to shift. It's typically people who pay little attention, but people who pay a lot of attention. But we got to shift that mindset because they got to understand that the fact that there's a lower barrier of entry is just giving you access to something you would have never had access to before, but it did not decrease the value. It did not decrease the significance of what you are getting. So take that serious as we go to that, right? So that's one of the things I wanted to talk about there, as far as it comes here. Here's the next thing, guys. Go in and look at your documentation. A lot of people don't go into this. I'm gonna go in this very briefly. The knowledge base here, you can actually go and look at these frequently asked questions, but especially the documentation. E-estate legality, the company registration certificate, the legal entity identifier, all of these things, the contracts, all of this other stuff, the buyer presentation, all of these things. Make sure that you become very familiar with this, because this is going to help you get more comfortable with what you're saying with e-estate and how you're presenting e-estate. Now, I got a hard stop because I got an appointment I have to go to. But first of all, let me ask, has this been valuable so far? Has this been valuable today for you? If it's been valuable, drop a 777 in the chat for me. Drop a 777 in the chat. Because I love doing these. I love giving this information. All right. Because this is absolutely phenomenal. Now, really quick, does anybody have any questions that maybe I can answer? You can raise your hand or drop it in the chat. Any quick questions that I can answer for you? I think I gave you guys a lot of stuff to work with. I don't like to overwhelm you either. I want to make sure you have just enough information that you're going to take action on it. All right, we don't look, here's what I want to leave you guys with, right? And I say a couple things during the presentation now. If you guys notice, I wrapped the presentation up with this. Most people don't fail to take advantage of opportunities because of a lie that was told to them. They fail to take advantage of opportunities because of a truth they refuse to accept. Okay. So I want you guys to get that. Let me ask. I think that's Reggie. Reggie, you should be able to unmute. I think that's you.
Hey, good evening. How you doing, sir?
I'm incredible. How about you?
Man, I'm jacked to the ceiling, as I used to say all the time. Hey, just real quick, sir. When are these sessions recorded, and if so, where would we be able to find them? You put out some good information. Sometimes you get to talking real fast. I can't keep up with
I
you.
got you. Yeah, so we do record them, and I usually post them in the E-Estate VIP group. I'll
Okay,
post them, and I post them on my YouTube channel as well. So this one, I'll go through and get it uploaded and everything, and then it should be available by either this evening or tomorrow morning. So I'll post it in the E-Estate groups and stuff, so you guys will see it.
perfect. Thanks again, man. Another great job.
Absolutely, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yes, absolutely, man. So I want you guys to go back in, and even the ones that we've done before, that I've done before, those are available, and they post them in the Telegram groups. So the e-estate agent accelerators, go back and look at those as well. Now, some of those sessions are like 2 hours, packed full of information, so that you can actually go in and look at those and study some of the information that we talk about. I even talk about ChatGPT and all of this other stuff and how you guys can use that as well. So, this is phenomenal, guys. I want to thank you all for being on here. Like I said, this one's shorter than normal because I have another appointment I have to go to. But once again, I want to see all of you guys succeed and make it happen. And we'll be back again, not next week, but the week after. We do these every 2 weeks so that you can get that information. All right. So I'm going to get off here, but thank you guys for being on. Let's go out. Let's crush it with e-estate. Let's make all of our dreams come true. Until the next one, you guys be blessed and have an absolutely phenomenal day.